So this has to be one of the wildest. This might even go down as the wildest video game story of the year, because I've never seen anything like it. I've never seen anything like this, and that is Star Wars Battlefront 2, aka Star Wars Battlefront 3. I need to move myself here in the top corner. Look at the player numbers here. So I'm recording this at about noon Eastern Standard Time on a Tuesday. The current player count, actually, let me refresh. The current player count of this is, let's call it 23,000 players on a Tuesday in the middle of a workday. The 24-hour peak is 30,000 players, and the all-time peak is 35,000 players. Now, just to give you an idea of how crazy this is, the percentage of gain in May was 1,000%. And then the month after, there is somehow still a 100% gain. So if you look at the chart here in June, like actually, let's go 3 months here. So we have this initial bump, and this is from people making YouTube videos, and then boom, right in May, after May the 4th, we have this big shoot up. Remember this Star Wars game? And then it starts to go down again. And then out of nowhere, boom, another massive resurgence. Now, I couldn't pinpoint this down to one individual thing, aside from people in the community just talking about the game, being like, we want a Battlefront 3. And if we want it, we should be playing Battlefront 2. And I think the biggest person behind this right now on YouTube is someone by the name of Bombastic. His channel lately has been purely based around this, and his videos are getting 100,000 views plus every single video. So I thought we would watch the most recent one, titled "The Battlefront 3 Situation is Heating Up," to give a breakdown on what's going on here and what we can expect to see or not expect to see. So let's dive into it.
The Battlefront 3 news and campaign is heating up once again.
It's working!
You might have seen my video from the other day talking about how we've smashed the play counts on PC, on Steam, or things
like literally like doubled the massive peak that already happened.
Gone even crazier since then. We've also got new comments from former Battlefront developers and more people jumping on board to support Battlefront 2 and keep our dream of Battlefront 3 alive. Even me posting stuff on Instagram about how I went to Hoth the other day, went to the snow, and so many of the comments are about Battlefront 3. I love this. I can't wait to see more of this. And maybe one day I'll be able to run around on Hoth in Battlefront 3. Hey everyone, it's Andrew.
Also, side note, just like, look at how good, can I pause this at the proper time?
Maybe one day I'll be able to run around on Hoth in Battlefront.
How good this game looks without a HUD is insane.
3. Hey everyone, it's Andrew. Battlefront 2's player count on Steam is still going absolutely nuts. The other day when I made a video talking about breaking the player count, the all-time peak was just over 20,000, which was achieved on...
Dude, it's 22,000 right now, just on Steam on a Tuesday at noon. How wild? 23,000 actually.
That Saturday, just like 3 or 4 days ago, and now we're at 35,000.
And they broke that.
Which happened today, just a few hours before I'm recording this video. And this is largely due to Battlefront 2 being on sale on...
Okay, smart move, first of all, Steam. Smart move. See, I didn't know this, because I already purchased it, so I couldn't see the sale. See, this is why we watch videos. You learn things.
Steam currently being 90% off. In Australia, it's $5. Where you might be, it might be cheaper. It might be $3 or $4.
Like 10 here
and
in
this
Canada.
sale lasts until July 10th. So basically, for the next 2 or 3 weeks,
it's going to
I think
continue to climb.
2's play count, especially on PC and Steam, is going to continue to stay high, continue to stay consistent, and continue to break new records. As I stated the other day,
weird timing for that. Are they doing it as like a summer games sale, or are they doing it specifically to push forth? All right, let's really see how many people are interested in a Battlefront 3.
I think this is a genius idea on EA's part. If they're the ones who decided to put the game on sale on Steam, the timing for this could not be more perfect. Just as so many people have returned to Battlefront 2 over the past few months, following the events of May the 4th, following Battlefront 2's Resurgence Day, following all the hype surrounding Battlefront 3, as soon as that started to dip off, EA are like, nah, let's put the game for sale on Steam again and give this thing another boost. Credit to whoever did this at EA.
Why, though?
Love you. Thank you so much. Because once again, we're just keeping Battlefront 2 alive, keeping alive the hype surrounding Battlefront 3.
But why? Well, they're not going to make really much money off of microtransactions on this game anymore. So why? Like this, when I see a news story like this, the question is why? Like, he's saying thank you because it helps out his channel and it's good for the community that he's growing. So that makes sense. But why? Like think about this from EA. Why would you put this on sale? The easiest reason is because they want to hype up an actual Battlefront 3, but the community sentiment, the growth behind this only started 2 months ago. So they are at least 2 years off of creating a new one of these games. It's going to be more than that. You're thinking more like 3, 4, 5 years to build a Battlefront 3. Could they do a thing where they put like a 5-second teaser out at Gamescom or something like that, or at the next event? Could they do that just to build hype a little bit more and then move into like, okay, we are working on this? Because really, realistically, if they're going to do this, the new Battlefield needs to come out first, and then that team of like, I think they have 3 or 4 studios, maybe even 5, needs to switch to making a Battlefield or a Battlefront game, which they've committed to sticking with Battlefield. So I don't understand the why behind this right now, but maybe he goes in more
the potential future of the Battlefront franchise. And this is basically the biggest thing to happen to Battlefront 2 on PC since the game was free a few years ago on the Epic Games Store, which I believe also saw so many people returning to the Battlefront. And also, if you haven't bought Battlefront yet, for whatever reason, how are you watching this video and you don't own Battlefront? But now is the time. It's 90% off on Steam. Even if you don't have a PC now, maybe just buy the game on Steam so that if you ever get a PC, one day you can play on PC. The more sales this thing gets and the more people are playing, the higher the play counts, the more likely it is they will end up making Battlefront 3. Never has the Kylo Ren meme been more relevant. In the Battlefront Reddit, there's also been some discussion of Battlefront 2 being featured at the Game Awards, which I don't think is even possible, considering I'm pretty sure
it could be mentioned. Like, it won't come up for a game award, but like it could be mentioned. Like, they're not supporting the game. Like, there is an award for best supported game or ongoing game, I think they call it. But they're not supporting it. They're just paying for the servers.
The only category Battlefront 2 could be nominated for is best ongoing game.
I know, I'm a genius.
They're not updating it anymore. They haven't updated the game in over 5 years now. And yet it's currently one of the most popular games in the world. Kind of mind-blowing, isn't it? And if I'm being honest, there are two sides to this. Part of me is frustrated that EA are raking in all this money right now, and Disney and Lucasfilm, for something they left untouched. So many players still returning to the game. Even if they're selling the game for only $5, they are still making so much money because of how many new players are buying the game.
Are they though? Like, how much are they paying for servers? Like, are they really like off of a $5 sale?
Many new players are joining. But the other side of that coin is that so many people are getting to see and appreciate the work the developers have.
They're not making, like, say, okay, let's say 1 million people buy this game on sale, which that's probably pretty high. $5 million. That's kind of peanuts for a game that you're paying licensing fees on, right? So that's what I mean. Like, the why behind the sale doesn't totally make sense to me. Normally, the why behind the sale would be sell more copies, sell more microtransactions, but that doesn't really apply. So unless you're hyping up something, what's the why?
Put into this game. Battlefront 2 in some ways was ahead of its time. Imagine Battlefront 2 released today. Imagine it released in 2025 as the game as it is, and we'd never played the 2017 version. It just dropped today as it is. It would be a huge success. So many people would be on board with it. And if it didn't suffer from the loot box microtransaction fiasco that happened at launch, it could potentially become one of the most successful Star Wars games ever made. It already is that. But just imagine, I think that's also where a lot of the potential for Battlefront 3 is. If they launched the game in 5-6 years from now, and we haven't had another multiplayer Star Wars game basically since Battlefront 2, which will be like 10 or more years, I think enough time will have passed that people have craved a Battlefront multiplayer shooter experience like this, and there will be no chance of it not being successful. It's a money printer, man. Someone's just got to do it. Someone's just got to do it.
Just do it!
Former Battlefront 2 developer Ben Walk also recently shared on Reddit a few ideas for Battlefront 3 and potential possibilities for what they were working on with Battlefront 2. Half of this is a joke, but someone asked, what are your thoughts on the Darth Jar Jar theory? To which he replied, Gungan Hunt mode, final encounter. So Darth Jar Jar would be the final encounter in a Gungan Hunt mode. I would see that. Battlefront 2 2005 essentially had a Gungan hunt mode where it was super battle droids versus Gungans on Naboo. There was no Darth Jar Jar, but I would love to see that happen. He also said it's common for any live game to have a lot of plans. Star Wars is a big galaxy and there's lots to see and do. And the other day on Reddit, he also responded to a few user comments asking about the future possibilities of EA ever developing Battlefront 3. And I really respect and appreciate his response here. Him just being completely truthful and honest about the situation and his potential involvement in it. He said, I've been asked this a lot over the last few weeks, but in truth, there is little I can say. I'd like to think that over the years, I've pushed the boundaries of openness and transparency at times. I often dip in and out of the gray zone, but some topics are ones I do try to avoid, even if I would like to participate. I'm sure EA developers, Battlefront devs, former Battlefront devs see things all the time that they're like, oh, I wish I could share this. Oh, it would be so great to just tell the people what's going on. He also said, I'm aware that anything I say can end up in a YouTube video, taken as gospel or even spun into something that it isn't, end up on press sites and the like. A harmful and well-meaning comment could end up becoming the complete opposite. I'd hate to see DICE producer says XYZ and that causes damage to the community. I don't think anything anyone has said in recent times has done any damage, but I respect that they understand the boundaries.
Where is he going to say
here's
last?
The silver lining. Let's just say that I hear you, have seen all the comments and watched all the videos. The last month and a bit has brought so much joy to see so many enjoy the game and community that I care so deeply about.
That's a non-answer. I was trying to dig into this saying like, oh, I can't talk about it because I actually know that they're working on one. But honestly, this is a pretty big non-answer.
I told you guys, people working at EA, people working at Lucasfilm and Disney, they're hearing us. They're seeing all of the hype around Battlefront 2 and our desire for Battlefront 3. The fact it is the most anticipated game potentially ever at this point.
Okay, well, no, that's not true.
GTA 6. So many fans want to see it happen, and
it's not even close.
So good to get some more official confirmation that they are listening. He was also asked, are you not allowed to have a say on the...
I could think of like 8 games that would be more highly anticipated than that. Like literally like just like Half-Life 3, you know, Left 4 Dead 3. Basically anything from Valve with a 3, Portal 3.
State of the game or even a suggestion to management, to which he once again transparently replies, such conversations don't usually happen publicly. If anything is happening about Battlefront 3 in the background, which surely it is, if there is any discussion or any murmurings going on at EA, at Disney, at Lucasfilm, and for now the developers and publishers aren't able to tell us anything. The only thing we can continue to do is talk about the game, play the game, and keep this community alive, keep this campaign going. Together, brothers, we're in this together.
So here's the downside though. 3 years off minimum. You can't keep this hype going for that long. There's no way. What do? Make it free then? Like there's no next step for this.
But recently, we've been getting a lot of help with this because it's getting to the point where even NBA players are playing Battlefront 2 and streaming Battlefront 2. Kyrie Irving this past week was playing Battlefront 2. He streamed it on Twitch. He's also on YouTube.
Wild. I'm telling you, I love this game because I want to have a big LAN competition with this, man. I want to play the best Battlefront 2 players in the world.
And I believe he's also talked about his desire for them to make Battlefront 3, that they should bring back Battlefront.
I want them to make a Battlefront 3 already, bro. You keep playing with my emotions. You keep playing with my... So I'm going to keep playing this game.
And when you get to a point like this where someone like him with so much influence, so many followers, is talking about it, then there's no way the developers and publishers aren't hearing more about it, aren't listening to this noise. This is like what I was talking about a few weeks ago, where if this campaign that we're doing here is going to be successful, it needs to go mainstream, and this is the perfect example of it going mainstream. You got a basketball player, NBA player, talking about how he wants Battlefront 3. Are you kidding me? Guys, we are...
Like I said, this is the problem, is you can't build hype over that long of a period of time. That's why Call of Duty builds hype so well. They have a new one every single year. There is no waiting 3 years for a game. Like, easy example, Intergalactic, Naughty Dog's new game at Game of the Year. We'll just call it Game of the Year, put out a trailer. We're not going to hear from that game for years. Wolverine, Sony's game. What was it? 3 years ago they put out the first trailer for it. We've heard nothing. So just the hype behind it's gone. The only game that can do that is GTA, because we know that it's coming soon, and it's proven that it's worth the wait. Just other games, other franchises, other series, they can't do that, and that's my worry for this. I want there to be a Battlefront 3, and I want it to boom, but like, will people care about it 3 years from now? I hope.
Succeeding. This is all because of you. This is because of the support, because of the comments, because you keep playing the game, because you keep talking about the game, because you keep coming to watch my videos, because you're sharing Battlefront 3 everywhere. This is the reason we're getting to the point where it's going mainstream and more people are hearing. So once again, man, I'm so passionate about this. Man, I'm so excited about this, but keep it going. I can't believe it. Like, I'm getting emotional just thinking about it, thinking about the fact we're having this kind of influence that, I don't know, man, these kinds of people are getting involved. That's so exciting. That is so exciting, man. It all means something. It all means something. Even if we don't get Battlefront 3 at this point, after everything we've been through here, even if we don't end up getting the game made, at least we know they're hearing us. At least we know they're talking about it. At least we know we tried to make it happen. But man, it would be crazy to not make Battlefront 3 at this point. In the meantime, guys, if you have PC and you just bought the game on Steam, I would really recommend going and try.
All right, there's one more thing I want to look at in this video, because this channel has really blown up since the boom of the Battlefront 3 boom, if you want to call it there, and he's taken advantage of it. Like, you can see, like, every video there's one with 300,000. His thumbnails are really great. But this all, where did this start? So like right around, yeah, it's got to be right around, yeah, at the end of Andor. So Andor boomed, and then my honest thoughts on returning to Battlefront 2, getting 500,000 views, and 71,000, another 500,000 views. And then just from there, that's where it took off, like literally right there. So he's always done Star Wars, but there's just all of a sudden this big boom and people wanting it. And maybe that's from various people promoting it or whatever. But clearly the people have spoken, and at this point, it's like, as it grows and the game's gone on sale, they see that people want it. It's only a matter of time. The question is when can they possibly do that? Because if they rush it, they're going to screw it up again, right? They rush out a Battlefront 3. They don't do it properly. They ruin it. So what? Making a good one takes 5 years? Where's the hype go in 5 years? It's 2030 in 5 years. Just think about that one.